Welcome to the Crypto Angel channel. Let's look at what the Bitcoin market is doing. And of course, we're going to check out altcoins. Tonight is our longer stream of the week. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to look at the crypto fear and greed index like we always do. If you guys are new and just joining, appreciate if you guys hit the like and hit the subscribe button. If you guys are new, hit the bell notification so you get notified every time you post a video. I do appreciate it. If you guys would like to join our Telegram group, links to join are in the description below. And if you guys would like to join the trading group where I post Bitcoin updates and altcoin setups every day, link to join is on YouTube and TikTok. Let's get this thing going. Let me get this set up, and we're going to look at the crypto and fear and greed index. So right now, the crypto and fear and greed index, I still believe is in fear. Let me just share my screen really quick. Right now, we are still sitting at 34 on the crypto fear and greed index. So we are still in fear. I think unless we are above 50, it's neutral. So right now we're in fear. I think anything below, I believe 20 is extreme fear. So right now we're in fear. If we go in extreme fear again, I would be buying even more heavily of Bitcoin, everything I possibly could buy. But I have said if you go below 9, that's when I would go all in on Bitcoin. So right now I'm just DCing every week, but we'll see what happens. For right now, I do believe Bitcoin's about to lose 80K. So this is actually a great time to go live. Let me just refresh these pages. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at the price of 83,000. Okay, I actually thought it was a little bit lower for some reason. I gave this out earlier. You got a little bit of a pump here out of this falling wedge here, but overall, Bitcoin did dump. So we're going to also, before I look at too much of the charts, I do want to look at Bookmap. Bookmap tells you where all the liquidity is at on Bitcoin. So right now, Bookmap does suggest, let me go full screen here. If you look at this left column, Bookmap does have more liquidity at 85,000. I don't know why I thought Bitcoin was lower, but right now Bookmap suggests that we get a move to the upside up to $85,000. So I did, when I made the title of this YouTube video, say, is Bitcoin about to lose 80K? I don't know why. I hopped on here really quick. I don't know why I thought Bitcoin was 81K. I'm not sure why. And Bookmap does suggest 85,000. So I no longer am bearish on this based on what I'm seeing right now. But let's get into the charts before I say that. So right now, Bitcoin is sitting between support and resistance. We have support at $82,000. We have resistance at 83,938, or basically 84K. So support is 82, resistance is $84,000. You are below the 21-day moving average on the 4-hour time frame. That is not a very good sign for Bitcoin. You're well below the 200-day moving average as well. If we go up to like the 8-hour time frame, you're below the 200 as well, and you're below the 21. That is not a good sign. Same thing on the 12-hour time frame. It just does not look good on the 12-hour time frame either. You can see also the 12-hour time frame is overbought, kind of making a little bit of a lower high, and you can even say this is going to become some kind of bear flag or descending triangle. These break down about 68% of the time, so chart pattern is still suggesting we could go lower, down to 66,000. But again, Bookmap is kind of fighting us on this. If we look at the daily time frame, we're not completely overbought on the RSI, but you're still in a descending triangle even on the daily time frame. The 2-day time frame definitely has more to go up on the RSI. And the 3-day looks good to me. The weekly looks good to me. But the 2-day doesn't look fantastic. The daily doesn't look fantastic. And the 12-hour, is making a descending triangle. So to me, this is what I see going on. And this is just one idea that I have, is that we're in some kind of descending triangle. That's when you make the same highs. You make like a double top here, or the same highs multiple times, and then you make in higher lows. And this breaks down about 68% of the time. And again, the measured move would be the previous all-time highs of the last bull run of around that $67,000 to $69,000 level. So if we hop down to the 2-hour time frame, you can see that even on the 2-hour time frame, you're below the 200-day moving average, which is currently coming in at $85,000. You're below the 1-hour. No, you were not below the 1-hour 200-day moving average. So I would pretty much watch the 1-hour 200 to hold us. If Bitcoin loses a level of $82,600, then that means you lost the 1-hour 200-day moving average. If you lose the 1-hour 200-day moving average, then you usually go down to about the 30-minute 200-day moving average, which right now, that is coming, well, you're already below that. What about the 15? You're below the 15 as well. So yeah, Bitcoin looks pretty bearish. The only thing holding us up right now, in my opinion, based on moving averages, is the 1 hour, because all the other ones you're below. So if Bitcoin loses 82,600, I would be looking for a move at least down to 82K, and then you would think that that's the start of the descending triangle breaking to the downside. So I will say this for the night: if Bitcoin starts to lose $82,600, I see a bigger dump coming down to 82K. If you lose 82K, I see $77,800 being the next stop, which was that local low from the initial dump back on the 10th of March. So about 1 week ago today, that was. So if you lose 82, if you lose 82.6, I'm seeing 82K being next. If you lose 82,000, I would be looking for a massive move to the downside as low as about $78,000 for Bitcoin. And again, if you lose 82,000 in general, that would be again the start of the breakdown of this descending triangle. So, yeah, that the bears right now would like to lose a 1 hour 200 moving average right now, sitting at $82,600. To the upside, we have resistance at 84K, and if you want to break out to the upside of this descending triangle, you'd have to break basically $85,000. So bulls must break 85K. The bears must break $82,600 for a move to the downside. Actually, I would say the bulls would, 85K, because that's the top of the descending triangle. So to me right now, it's not looking fantastic. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame kind of struggling in my opinion. The reason I'm kind of neutral on tonight though is the fact that Bookmap again suggests that we go a little bit higher to 85,000, and if we get to 85,000, you would be breaking the top of the descending triangle, which would suggest that you would actually go all the way up to about $86,700. So to me right now, I would not take a trade. It's literally 50-50. I will say though, again, if you lose 82.6, I would be looking for a move back to the downside. But until you lose $82,600, it's kind of just chopping sideways, and that might happen through tomorrow because I believe there's supposed to be news tomorrow for the crypto market. So we'll see what happens. But overall, right now, I would actually not be in any trades. I'm not in any trades right now either. Just to be honest, I am not in any trades right now. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at them. But yeah, again, I'm kind of torn on what's going to happen next. I would say this: Bitcoin is sitting at $83,100. If you go down about $500 lower, again, then I would become a bear on the 1 hour time frame. If you can hold the 1 hour 200, if this then that. So this is where I lie on the 1 hour. If you can hold 82.6, I'm bullish. If you lose $82,600. I mean, that would be a good place for a short, in my opinion, with a stop above the 1 hour 200. That's not financial advice, but that would be my play for the night. If you absolutely feel like you must be in a trade, I'd be trading long if you stay above 82.6, and if you lose 82.6, I'd be looking for some kind of short. And that is just where I stand right now. So that is that's what I see going on for Bitcoin. I'm going to leave it at that. So technically, I will say this: Bitcoin is bullish as long as you hold $82,600. So for right now, Bitcoin's barely bullish. Let's go look. And all these altcoins are going to depend on what Bitcoin does. If we get a move to the downside, then on Bitcoin, then altcoins are going to dump as well. So just looking at the weekly time frame for XRP, you are oversold. If you look at the 3-day time frame, you're getting a bounce on the RSI, but the worry is now, one, you're at the top of the channel. Two, my other worry is that like you haven't even broken out yet, and the RSI is already almost halfway overbought. So to me, the 3-day almost to me looks like you might just come to the top of this channel here, and then break back to the downside. So XRP, although you are trying to get out of it, can you get out of it and stay out of this falling wedge here? To me, right now, you're sitting on top of it. Could this be a bullish retest? That's possible. If you look at the 8-hour time frame, it's trying to make a higher low. The 6-hour struggling. It's not oversold yet. 4-hour did get oversold, but you're kind of rolling over now on the R side. So here's what I see going on for XRP. So this is a possible right here. Here's the bullish scenario. This is a rounded bottom, or in other words, this is a cup and handle. And the 4-hour time frame on XRP is trying to make a higher low. If you get a Bitcoin pump, or if Bitcoin stays above $82,600, I would be looking for a move to the upside on Bitcoin and on the entire market. So Bitcoin stays above $82,600. I do see then XRP probably getting a move back to about $2.90. So that's what I see, a possible cup and handle on XRP. So if Bitcoin can hold $82,600, then I don't see a dump in the market. If you lose $82,600, I see a dump in the market. But XRP, if Bitcoin cooperates and can hold $82,600 tonight, I say move coming sometime later this week, possibly up to $2.90 in this rounded bottom cup and handle. That's actually quite beautiful chart pattern if Bitcoin cooperates. You need Bitcoin to cooperate. Also, you have to understand the 4-hour time frame. You're below the 200 still on the 4-hour. On the 1 hour for XRP, you are above it. You're below it on the 2 hour. So since the 1 hour is above it, I would look for the 2 hour. I would be targeting now on XRP back to 235. The bulls at least have to get back to the 200-day moving average on the 2-hour time frame. Then you would also have to reclaim it on the 3 hour, which is at the same price. And then on the 4 hour, you'd have to claim that at 242. So if Bitcoin can stay above $82,100, then the next target I would like to see Bitcoin go to would be $85,200. That's where the 200-day moving average is on the 2-hour time frame for Bitcoin. But again, if Bitcoin can hold $82,600, then altcoins can do their own thing. So that's where I stand. I would be long. I'm not going to take a trade tonight, but you could technically be long if Bitcoin can hold $82,683. That's just what I see going on. Guys, we're also live on YouTube, so if you guys want to see the entire screen, go check us out there. But yeah, that is what I see going on Bitcoin. Appreciate if you guys hit the likes. Thank you for the follow, Johnny. Appreciate that. Thank you for the follow, Perry, as well. So the weekly time frame on XRP. Well, that again, XRP on the weekly does have a measure move of about $3.50, which is basically all-time highs. But yeah, 3-day time frame is about to make a lower high, in my opinion. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you get overbought, you make a lower high, but then you stay overbought as you continue up. That's a possibility. You could get overbought, but still continue up if we're really bullish on XRP. Wow, guys, thank you for the single like on TikTok. Okay, it's a start. So that's what I see going on XRP. So if you guys have other requests, let me know. And if you're asking about the weekly time frame on Bitcoin, well, let me go to this chart for Bitcoin. So on Bitcoin, I see on the weekly time frame a cup and handle. And the question now is, you already broke out, obviously, from the last uptrend. But I can clear this chart up a little bit. But Bitcoin on the weekly is oversold, making a higher low. That's extremely bullish. You're lucky in bull runs to get oversold once on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. And if it does happen, then it happens only one time a bull run. So this is your time you're oversold for Bitcoin on the weekly. At this point for Bitcoin, I would be looking for a move to the upside. But you need the smaller time frames to start to get that love to the upside. I'm trying to clear this chart up a little bit with all these lines that I made on the smaller time frames. But yeah, Bitcoin to me, oversold on the weekly time frame is always a time that I'd want to buy. Usually whenever Bitcoin is oversold on the weekly time frame, that's also when the fear and greed index is in extreme fear extreme fear, I would say. So that's kind of what I see going on I see Bitcoin getting a bounce on the weekly time frame. Now, how long does it take to start to get the bounce? It could take a few weeks, but at least see in the next month, probably 4 to 6 weeks at most, if not now, Bitcoin to likely get some kind of bounce on the weekly time frame. So that's just what I see going on. I do believe the bull run is still ongoing based on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. And on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, you're above the 200-day moving average, which is coming in at $46,000 as well. So to me, there's a lot of bullish things in the air for Bitcoin. You just have to be patient. And if you can be patient, if you can if you can buy Bitcoin now and sell the top of the bull run, in about 3 to 6 months, I believe you're going to be paid very lovely. But that's not financial advice. That's just what I think. And that's what I'm doing. I'm buying Bitcoin as we speak. Not right now. Not the second. But I'm buying Bitcoin every week is my point. So yeah, that's kind of what I see going on. If you guys have other requests, then great, I'll look at them. But again, that's what I see going on in Bitcoin. Bitcoin bullish? I mean, the weekly time frame is bullish. The smaller time frames have to get the love. And I digress. On the 1 hour time frame, Bitcoin must hold the 200 moving average at 82,700. If you can hold 82.7 or even 82.6, will be good. If you can't hold 82.6, I see a bigger dump coming, and I already went over that on the earlier in this live stream. But that's just what I see going on after I digress the charts. That's kind of what I see going on. So. All right, so the all-time high in Bitcoin is 110,000 basically, or right under that. So I am bullish on Bitcoin for this bull run. I believe my targets for Bitcoin for this bull run, if I zoom back out, I thought I had it in this chart. Maybe it's in this chart. Maybe I deleted it. But I had my ultimate target of this bull run being $170,000 for Bitcoin. Monthly time frame also isn't oversold yet, but you are getting, that's a pretty the monthly at 50 on the RSI, or now at 40 on the RSI, 37 to be exact. That's awesome. That's extremely bullish. So the monthly time frame is setting up to also be bullish. Maybe you wait in about 2 months. I know it's another 60 days, but maybe you wait another month. Actually, it's more like 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, this could be oversold, and you could get an awesome move on the monthly time frame for Bitcoin as well. So maybe we don't get our next. Maybe we do go sideways for 2 more months. But either way, at some point in the springtime of this year, Q2 of 2025, I'm expecting a massive move, minimum about $120,000 for Bitcoin to the upside. The ultimate target, again, for a blow-off top scenario would be anything above 170,000. I would be cashing out of Bitcoin. So, thank you, Perry, for the hearts. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. I love you too. Yeah, that's just what I see going on. That's what I see going on. The weekly looks phenomenal. Bitcoin on the monthly technically has a little more downside, possibly, but because the monthly is such a high time frame, I would say that you don't have to get oversold in the monthly for a bull run to continue. So we could reverse right back up on the monthly time frame, and something like this could happen. This is the monthly time frame for Bitcoin. If I can find my drawing symbol, which I don't know why I can never do that. I want to. Okay. So on the monthly time frame, you could, if price reverses up, you could easily just get back to overbought on the monthly. That is a very real possibility. This blue line comes up, goes down, comes up, and then gets overbought. And that would, maybe sometime around July, Bitcoin's topping out. I think it's going to be a little bit later than that, but I guess Bitcoin could reverse. I mean, July is still a ways away. I guess you still have April, May, June. It's only 4 months. It's only 4 months away. It's not that far away, really. So we'll see what happens. I believe Bitcoin on the weekly looks lovely. I think the monthly is looking better and better every month. And for right now, Bitcoin looks really good to me on the monthly and weekly time frames. So that's just what I see going on. I do see a massive bull run continuing in the second quarter of 2025. So that is actually, I don't even know if we're still in the first quarter. No, we are still in the first quarter until next month. So we have another 2.5 weeks of this quarter. So yeah. Q2 of the financial market cycle, I see a Bitcoin starting to take off again. Q2 and Q3, I think by Q4, Bitcoin will be topped out for this bull run. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. So I think we have about 6 more months or so of a bull run, and that's just what I see going on. So that's kind of my prediction for Bitcoin on the macro time frame. All right, so is there any request for altcoins? Otherwise, that's kind of what I wanted to go over today. Bitcoin right now, going back to the smaller time frames, would behoove of us because again, we need to hold $82,600. Technically, the 1 hour is at 82,625 is what we have to hold on Bitcoin. Where can we go on down on XRP? Well, I just looked at XRP. It looks pretty bullish to me on the 4-hour time frame. If you guys missed it, go check out my YouTube channel. I can do a very quick recap. Let me see if I can find it. Mavia went crazy today as well. That was up 400% yesterday. I don't know why I can't find XRP. Well, XRP, if you lose 226, I say move coming back down to $2. If you want more in-depth analysis, you're gonna have to go rewatch me on YouTube and rewatch the live stream. I already went over it once in depth. But 226 is what I would hold short term. If you want more in depth, you have to rewatch it on YouTube. That's just what I see on XRP. So yeah, that's kind of what I got going on for this. Let's go back to Bookmap to see what's going on. Bookmap, it does have a lot more liquidity up here, $85,000 on this left column. So we'll see what happens. But that's the likely scenario, at least according to Bookmap. I would say Bookmap is right about 80% of the time. So Bookmap suggests we hold this 1 hour 200 and get a pump, but I don't know. The charts look pretty sketchy to me. We could easily go sideways until tomorrow morning in about 8 hours. We will see. But to me, that's what I see. That's what I see going on. Extremely bearish on crypto right now. 72K might be a decent entry, but I wouldn't touch it at these levels. Hey, appreciate the comment. I can see both sides. I can see why we could go down to 72,000, and I can also see why we don't. So you know what? I'm not sure what's going to happen, and that's why I buy more Bitcoin, because you know what? Buying Bitcoin now is a much better discount than it was at 110,000. So if I don't know what's going to happen, I just buy Bitcoin, and then I sell Bitcoin when we're in greed or in extreme greed. As long as we're in fear or extreme fear, I love buying Bitcoin. And any Bitcoin that I buy over the next few weeks while we're still in fear, 70% I'll hold on to forever until I retire, and then 30% of it I would sell when I think we're topped out for this bull run. That's kind of my strategy going forward. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I believe by the time I'm 26 right now. I'm 26. I believe by the time I'm 65, minimum Bitcoin is going to be $1 million. I think it's going to be worth several million, maybe even $10 million. So in about 35 years, I think Bitcoin is going to be worth maybe 10 plus million, conservatively 1 million. I hope in 35 years, Bitcoin's worth a lot more than 1 million, because that's only 10x from here. But we'll see. So that's kind of my game plan, super long term. The markets are correcting. They are. What do you expect crypto to do? Liquidity is drying up. Alts making new lows. Alts are in a bear market, in my opinion. Every pump will be faded and shorted. It's simple. Well, I think alts are in a bear market, which is weird. It feels like they're in a mini bear market, in a bull market, but a lot of alts are worthless. They're crap. And I think the problem with the altcoin market is that there's too many altcoins. They're too diluted. So even like the good ones, no one probably pays as much attention to as they should, because there's so many meme coins out there that all the new people in crypto are buying. So I think altcoins, a lot of them are below their 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, which in my opinion means they're in a bear market. In a lot of analysts' opinions, that means they're in a bear market. If you're below the 200-day moving average on any asset, that usually means that asset is in a bear market, or at least very bearish for that time being. So like XRP right now on the daily time frame is not in a bear market. You are above $1.68. If you lose $1.68, I would say XRP is in a bear market. Mavi just pumped strongly, but you're still below $1.07, which is a bear market territory. You're below the 200-day moving average on Mavia, even though it's up over 10x from the lows. You're still in a bear market unless you can crack $1.07. So to me, Mavia is. If you believe in Mavia, I guess you could be buying now. But like, I would not be touching Mavia until you get it back above $1. So to me, a lot of these alts are getting annihilated. Mavia literally went. I don't know how accurate that wick is, but Mavia went from $10.82 all the way down to 10 cents in this most bearish period. It went down to below 9 cents, and now from 9 cents on the 11th, 6 days ago, it's done a 10x. That's actually crazy. Maybe not quite 10x, but that's crazy. It went from 9 cents to 67 cents. I don't know, man. Mavia though is still below the 200 on the daily, so to me that Mavia is still bearish on the daily time frame. And that's also, even though you got a massive pump, and that's an 8x, that's still a lower high. If that is your top there at 69 cents on Mavia, that's still a top. So we'll see. Bitcoin though, on the daily time frame, I suppose you could say Bitcoin is starting to show itself in a bear market, because if Bitcoin cannot reclaim 84K, which you're super close to right now, but Bitcoin can't get back above $84,000 or even 84.3, I would say, to be safe. That's technically bear market territory. But I will say, have you closed an entire daily candle without touching the 200? You have yet to close an entire daily candle below the 200-day moving average. Ever since this downtrend started, you didn't do it here. This wicked into the 200. This wicked into the 200. This touched the 200. This touched the 200-day moving average. This one touched it. This one was slightly above it and then wicked it down into it. This one touched it. This one touched it. And now with 19 hours to go in this daily candle, can Bitcoin get back above $84,300? If Bitcoin does not at least wick into 84,300 in the next 19 hours, then you could technically say we've closed an entire daily candle without touching the 200-day moving average for more than 24 hours, and that would be the first daily candle to close below the 200-day moving average on Bitcoin in months. So Bitcoin has 19 hours to at least touch $84,300, or a lot of people are going to say it's done for. And again, I mean, I could also see moving averages, not talking about moving averages. That's a possible bear flag for Bitcoin on the daily, because the daily is not overbought, but you're pretty damn close, and you are definitely making a lower high if you don't get a massive rally. So, yeah, again, to me, Bitcoin in the next 19 hours must break 84.3. I didn't even notice that, but that's actually crazy. So the bulls are trying to keep us at least at that line, and I don't know if it's going to hold, because if you haven't been able to get back above this line for a week straight now, that's not a good sign for the bulls. You must touch 84.3 in the next 19 hours, or it's really bad for Bitcoin. So Mavia looks like it's an amazing show. Yeah. And so I talked to someone else. I watched a Crypto Lifer too, but someone in his group was saying, I said Mavi's up 400% today, and he's like, well, dude, look at the daily chart or the weekly chart. It can't go down forever. I'm like, yeah, dude, it went from $10 or $11 down to 8 or 9 cents. You're about to get some kind. This could easily be a dead cat bounce for Mavia. So I wouldn't say short it. I was thinking about shorting it at 58 cents, then it went down to 45, and now it's bouncing again. I don't know if I'd short it, because on the 4-hour time frame, you are above the 200 now, and that's usually, that's a high enough time frame to be bullish on an asset. And it looks like the 4 hour is going to make a higher low on the RSI if you can hold this flag here. But again, I would just be cautious. So Perry, thank you, appreciate you. I bought some Solana. It was tanking 50%. Given the current situation with XRP, what percent should one sell to be a safe spot? I can't tell you what to do, man. I would say XRP, though, as long as you're above the daily 200, it's a good sign. I would say this, though. If Bitcoin loses the 200 and can't touch it, it can't touch 84,300 the next 19 hours, a lot of coins, including XRP, might just dump, So Solana is one of the weakest coins, by the way. I would be max shorting that if any over other. Let me go look at Solana. I thought Solana was doing a lot better than a lot of coins, but let's go look at Solana on the daily. I will say this: if you only have one time frame that you can look at, which is never the case, TradingView you can have so many time frames to look at, but if you could only have one time frame to look at for whatever reason, I would choose a daily time frame. It's a strong time frame to see where the moving averages are at, and it's a great time frame to probably swing trade. If I had another second favorite time frame to trade, it'd be the 4-hour time frame. I'm just saying. Solana, I didn't realize this. But Solana, again, is below the 200-day moving average. It's also below the 200-day smooth moving average. The 200-day moving average, though, is this thin yellow line. And then I have the 200-day smooth moving average being the thicker yellow line. I just noticed that the smooth moving average is easier to trade in trends. So, like if you enter a short, you just have it above the smooth moving average. If you get it back above that, you're likely to go back to the moving 200-day moving average. That's a lot of information, I know, for beginners, but it is below the 200-day moving average right now on the daily time frame. Anytime you lose a daily, I look for you to go to the 2-day. Are we below the 2-day? We are. I bet we're below the 3-day as well. No, yeah, we are. 3-day is at 129. Are you below the 4-day? So I would be looking for Solana at this point to now go down to about $103, $104 next. Solana is a short. You're also about to lose support at 125. Solana could be a nice short here. So appreciate you come in here. That's great information. I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not going to take this short, but that looks like a decent short on Solana. Understand the 4-day time frame is oversold, so I would just be cautious. But I will say it looks kind of bearish. Thank you for the roses. Appreciate them. They smell so good. They smell so good. They smell so good. They smell so good. Appreciate you, Perry. Appreciate you. So, yeah, that's what I see going on. Thank you, Mike Miller, for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I see going on. For Solana looks pretty bearish to me right now. So we'll see what happens. But it looks like $103 is incoming base just alone on the 200-day moving average. So, Solana looks bad. Just short pumps and set stop loss. Wait till after Fed meetings and major economic. Yep. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping in. And actually, that was pretty good information, I will admit. So you gave us information on Bitcoin, the 200-day moving average on the daily, which I actually can't believe I missed. And then Solana. That's going to be a good short. I'm going to put that in my trading group on this Solana short. I will say that. I'm going to say higher risk because, again, the 4 days oversold. But, again, it's bearish. You look at my watch list, everything is in the red. Literally everything. So, guys, with that being said, I have to be up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's already 11:30 p.m. So I'm going to get on out here. I'll be back live Monday, 11 p.m. No, Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe, and I hope you have a great night. I'll leave you with this for Bitcoin. I would watch the 1 hour, 200-day moving average. If Bitcoin can't hold 82,646 or even 82,600 to be easy, I'd be looking for a short down to 82K. If you lose 82K, you're looking at basically the lows at 78K being the next stop. That's all I got. That's what I got for you. And if this starts to dump to the downside out of this descending triangle, the measure move is about 67. We'll say 68,000 to be conservative. And I will leave it at that. I got some more stuff to post in the trading group, but I gotta get headed towards bed. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the support. Bitcoin right now is on live support. If you don't reclaim the daily 200 in the next 19 hours at 83.9, and you must hold. I'm sorry, 84.9. No, 83.9 is the daily 200, and then the 1 hour. So I'd watch the daily 200 and the 1 hour 200, and it's that simple. That's all I got. Cheers. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. What do you call that yellow and blue chart? Wait, what? What do you call that yellow and blue chart? Thank you, Wagner Wolf, for the follow. I don't know what you mean by that. The line is a 200-day moving average. And this is a 200-day smooth moving average. So, and then the blue line is a 21-day moving average. I don't know what happened on YouTube. My chart just got lost, but I'm about to wrap it up anyway, so I guess it's okay. That's all I got, guys. Thank you guys for stopping in, and I will see you guys same time on Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. Until then, have a great week, and I'm looking for more downside in Bitcoin if you lose $82,600. Cheers, and have a great night. Also, I will say this. I'm going to make a new signature when I get out of here. So my new signature is until next time, respect the trend. Cheers and have a great night.